Alright, Share Love Tea here, and we're coming at you with episode 9 of our Let's Build series. Today we're taking a look at the multiplayer costume example in the community content. I've already got it imported onto my file, so we're going to take a look here. We have it right here in my community content, so I'm going to drag it into the hierarchy. So you can see it gives us this little white suit on the map. Now you can see when I press play, it switches to this, right? Now when I press F, that's what I'm wearing, not the example model. So, some of you might wonder, how do I change that example model? Because it's not this model here that you're going to want to be changing. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go into your project content. You're going to go down to your multiplayer costume example. For some reason I have two of them here, but we'll just click on this one. We'll open it up. Inside we should have dependent templates. So this is what we need right here, is the custom geo underscore client context. So we're going to drag this into our hierarchy. We're going to pop it up here. Now, this one we actually don't need. So what we're going to do, we're going to drag this way out of the way. Yeah, so you have arrows on them saying which way is up. I mean, if you didn't figure out which way his head is, I think you would be a little hard off building a human character if you had him standing on his head. But we have individual pieces here, so we're going to click there, and you can see each individual part is labeled out. And if we scroll down, we have all our different sockets that we're going to want to change. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to go in and we're going to switch the mesh on a bunch of these. The arrows we don't need, right? So we'll start off with one arm. Okay, so we don't need the arrows. What we do need is at least some kind of shape. So we're going to have our capsule. We're just going to come in here. Most likely we're going to want you know what, actually, let's get our basic shapes out here. We're going to go to core content. We're going to click on art objects, 3D objects. Click on the basic shapes. So most likely we're going to want to use a lot of avocados, I think, for the shape, and we're just going to want to have it the right way to look nice. Alright, so we can tell already we want this big part at the top, so we're gonna mirror, and then we'll mirror on the Y. So now we're in the right position, but it's not the right shape, so we're gonna grab our white cube in the middle to make it all bigger. And let's see, I think this should be okay. We're gonna switch to local space so that we can rotate it the way we want to. And okay, that looks about good for now. Once we have a better idea of what we have for the rest of the arm, we could go back and tweak it some more. So we're going to get rid of the arrow here. We're going to click on this. Most likely we're just, oh, okay, sorry. So yeah, you could either switch by double clicking on the mesh here, and this will bring up all the shapes that you're able to replace it with. So unless you know what you're looking for and you're able to search it, you're probably better off doing it the other way, like I'm doing here. So now I have the page open that I want, and there's less searching that way. Okay, so we're gonna pop that over. Hmm. Well, it took some working about, but we got it. So right now we are listening to the Sayonara Wild Hearts album. Soundtrack actually from the video game. Yeah, it has some rhythm elements to it, but it doesn't really play like a normal rhythm game. But one of my favorite game soundtracks for sure. Okay, so what are we gonna want to do for the hand here? We're gonna take a look around the map. We might have something that has a hand already that we can... I definitely have made my fair share of hands before. Kinda have some dragon hands there that I don't think are gonna work. So I suppose we're gonna have to go through the work of building a hand here. So that's roughly the shape they're saying should be a hand. I don't know. But let's get in the right spot here. Do I want to keep a capsule for the shape? No, I think I'm gonna just go all beans here. That's usually what I do. Alright. So, onto the thumb. Hands are definitely not easy. We're gonna copy this one. Now, I don't know how functionable the hands will be. We'll see how that works with weapons and stuff. I don't know. Personally, I haven't done too many of these yet, so this is kind of all new to me. So we're all learning at the same time here, guys. Okay, that looks about right, I think. Maybe a bit skinnier, right? Yeah. Alright, get that over there. I'm gonna copy that. And we're gonna make sure we're on translate here so that we're moving along the same line as this finger along with the hand. If we were on global or world space, you would see we wouldn't be moving in the right line. Let's get that twisted a little bit. Okay. This is gonna want to be a bit smaller. Copy it. Okay. Let's see. Let's scoot over a bit. Scoot over a bit. Scoot over. And this should be a bit smaller because it's the pinky finger. I mean, it doesn't look perfect, but that's not bad. And depending on what material we put on it, it'll like cover up these little bumps. You probably won't really notice them. Okay, so far so good there. I think this could be a little bit nicer. So this should probably be a bit skinnier. Lengthen it back out again. Yeah, that seems alright. So now I have a reference picture that I'm going to be going by at some point. For now, we're just going to get the general shape, and then we'll take a look at a reference picture to see how far off we are or not. I don't think we're going to want them so beefy, like these capsules on the shoulders. I mean, you gotta work out it to have these muscles. Most people don't really have those muscles as much. What are we gonna do for the head? I find it so funny that they bothered to put these arrows. Like, who wouldn't figure out which way in the top is? Was that a thing? Were people confused on that? That really makes me laugh. Alright, so we're not gonna want like a straight up capsule. I don't know what shape we're gonna want here. We kinda want a flat face because what I was told, the person that so I'll mention, File Shinobi reached out to me and he asked me to make him an anime mannequin, or if he thought it was possible. And I figured, hey, that sounds like a fun challenge, why not? I'm not particularly good at humans, but it's a good time to practice. As good as time as any. So he wants kind of a flat face so that he can use a UI over it or something. I'm not really sure what his plan was. Maybe upload an image and put it on there. So we want kind of this shape, but we're gonna want a kind of a nicer shape for the back of the head. So for the face, because we want it kind of round still. You don't want it like a box, right? But I think we'll keep this for like the base of the head, and we'll add on to it to give it a bit more shape. So we're gonna copy that. Let's see, I think the back of the head, we'll throw a sphere on there to give it kind of like some more a round shape in the back here. Yeah, and just to talk a little bit more about this game, to beat the game, if you did a no-death run in Sayonara Wild Hearts, would take you about 50 minutes, about the length of the album. But with deaths, you know, and there's a learning curve, you know, it'll probably take you about 2 hours to beat it the first time. But myself, I enjoyed the game so much that I literally put about 14 hours into it. I just really like the music, and the gameplay is like really fast and fluid, and when you get to know the game and you start like moving through the levels without dying, it's really I don't know, there's a real sense of accomplishment there. Really fun game. So, I haven't put in as many hours into it as some other games I've played, but I would still consider it one of my favorite games because it just left such an impression on me. And you know, I was thinking about that the other day. What, you know, how do you consider a game your favorite game, or you know, on your top list? Is it the amount of time you've put into it? Or is it what you got out of it? Because sometimes you could have a game that's only an hour or two, and it could still be really, really fun, right? Um, Alright, so this is gonna wanna be... So I don't know how this is working out so far. Can't seem to get a good shape on it. I mean, you're probably gonna have like hair or a helmet or something on it, but that just looks weird to me. Okay. What is this? Neck? I don't want a much thinner neck than this. Yeah, it might help to change the material at this point to get like a skin color on it to get more of an idea how it's gonna look in the end. Because steel doesn't really give you much idea. Let's copy properties here, and we're going to click on the other arm. We're going to paste the properties. We want the mesh. And yeah, that's about it, right? Oh, okay, wait. And we want the mesh, right? Okay, so let's see. Let's take the minuses out of here, I think. On the rotation, that should do it. No, not quite. Okay, let's mirror on the Y. How did I didn't move it, did I? Maybe I did move it. Didn't think I did. Well, that doesn't work out as smoothly as I would have liked. Okay, wait. Let's see here. See if we can do this a smarter way. Let's just actually collapse it all. Then we're gonna open it up. And okay, so we have okay, so those are the three that we want. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna copy those. Put those here. rename these. Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna want to. I'm just gonna delete those. Then we're gonna put these in a group so that they keep the same shape. We're gonna mirror it on the y-axis. And then unwrap. Alright, so let's just see here. Okay, right. Okay, right, because I haven't updated the template from it. Okay. Well, for now, we'll just continue on. Okay, so we're going to want to take a look at our reference pictures here. You know what? What we're going to do... Let's just get rid of all these right now. And then we don't have to deal... We don't have to deal with it every time we open one. So we're just gonna search them out, that way we could go through and select just those pieces. Alright. Okay. So I've got my reference picture out here. Got a female character, I believe it was from Totem Online or Skies of Arcadia or something. Not sure which one this one was from. So old school PS2 era. Simple body design. Slightly on the feminine side, but also, I mean, not a lot of curves either, right? So, okay, so we're gonna want to switch this. We're gonna X that off, click there. What do we want for the top of the body here? A basic pepper could probably give us like a nice waist going down and have this bulge part in the front of the chest. I guess we're gonna try that. Okay, we want it facing the other way, so we're gonna mirror that on, is it the Y? Oh no, it's not the Y. It is X. Okay, so... Okay, wait. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see how this turns out. I mean, worst comes to worst, we have a funky looking suit, but who knows? Who knows, who knows? We just go where the trade wind blows. I'm curious, does this suit like hide the player completely, or does it make it invisible? So I'm wondering if the body is gonna be poking out somewhere if I make it like too skinny, you know? Okay. Not much of a butt there, right? Gotta give him or her some cheeks. Give him some cheeks here. Get cheeky. I think what we're gonna do is... Okay, we want this rotated first. The other way. This could kind of give us like almost an underwear-ish type shape for the front, and then we'll put another 2 shapes on the back for some cheeks. So we don't want this too much wider. Okay, then we're gonna grab a sphere, get a nice round cheek here. Going to reset the scale, grab that white cube, shrink it way down. Butt cheeks we kind of want a little bit longer. Upwards, I think, normally. I think. I'll throw another butt cheek on the other side and see how that looks. Oh. Where is that one? A little bit better. Let's see how this person... We'll take a closer look at this example model. What do they use here? It's just one sphere? With it. One sphere with 2 butt cheeks. Glute? You call it a glute? The glutamus maximus. Yeah. I guess that's another word for it. Your glutes. Okay, so we're gonna right click on, right click on scale, so copy scale. And we're going to paste scale. And that equalizes it out. That looks a little bit better. Alright, so we're on to the thighs. Thunderous thighs here. And I think really avocado seems to me like is your best body shape for limbs. Sorry, my voice doesn't want to cooperate this morning. So we're gonna do one leg at a time, just like we did on the last one. Okay. One piece at a time. Get our avocado in there. We're making guacamole. Holy guacamole. So we want the... Where's the bulge on this thing? Where's it at? Sometimes I cannot tell for the life of me which side it's bulging out. Let's go reset the rotation so we can see. Okay, so it's on this side here. So we want to go minus 90 to get that in the back of the leg. So it's like the calf. A little bit thick. That's alright, we're gonna slim that down. I mean, that looks pretty reasonable. Now we will see, because I've been moving them around from their position, so we'll see how this works out when we actually put it on. You know what we're gonna do? We're going to right click it and we're going to update template from object. And then we're just gonna check to see how it looks so far. So we're gonna press play. Hey, what gives? What gives? Is this the huh? Why you do that? Oh. Well, first off, we're gonna have to put those back. What happened there? Alright. Oh no. Where was it? Okay. So we need right shoulder, the right shoulder socket, right elbow, the right elbow, and the right wrist. And the right wrist. So yeah, because I had deleted them and put them over before. Okay, so now let's see. And we'll just do update from this on that. Let's see. Huh. Well, I'll be. So what's going on there? How come? Okay, so if we drag this in out. Okay, so that's what. So that's right there, right? But how come? So if we delete this now. Customize player, yeah. Cost. Okay, so alright, I see what we got. Okay. So we're gonna drag this out, right? Or no, we can just throw it in here, right? I think. Okay, that's right. I mean, it's already, yeah, you can already see, like, we already have, like, a lot better human shape than it was with the capsules. No doubt. Alright, so we're moving along here. So, we're gonna drag this back out into our hierarchy. So we know it's working. And we're gonna keep on here. We could do much nicer feet than these. Right, guys? I know we can. You got beans, I got beans. We all got the beans. And you know it's gonna be beans. So, back to our basic shapes here. I mean, really, you don't need anything else for hands or feet than beans. It's like every song on this album, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh, I like this song. It's like every single one. And honestly, up until this game, I hadn't played too many rhythm games. And I kind of went on a rhythm game trip after playing this game. And another one I played that I really liked was Final Fantasy Curtain Call on the 3DS. And I mean, Final Fantasy has some of the best music in video game history as far as I'm concerned. So really, the gameplay didn't like knock me out of this world, but because it was Final Fantasy music, it really made the experience for me, anyways. Okay, so we're trying to fool around to get this to touch that, but we're gonna want another shape there for the ankle. So I want to keep this kind of flat. We're gonna want room at the end for the toes. So this is not gonna be connected for now, but we're gonna worry about that in a second. For now, we're gonna get the bottom of the foot placed, and then we're gonna put some toes on there. Okay, that looks about right. We'll see once we got the toes on, and we'll add a little bit more shapes. De-instance and paste, yeah. Yeah. Whoa. Why did it paste over there? What the hell is that? Because I did. Oh, I guess because I was de-instancing it. Strange. Alright, so we're gonna want The big toe is always on your inside, on the inside. Same for your thumbs are always on the inside. So it's easy to rule to remember once you know it and got it in your mind. Because often people draw hands or feet and then put the thumb or the big toe on the wrong side. It's an easy mistake to make, but it definitely looks pretty silly when you do it. So always on the inside, guys. Remember that. Alright, that looks about good for a big toe. Now we're gonna want all our toes kind of squeezed together. You don't generally have a lot of space between your toes when you're standing on them. They tend to go together. And that looks good. Alright, so now either we could add to the leg or we could add to the foot. I guess we're gonna add to the foot. I'm gonna copy this. What do we want? I guess we could use an avocado. Got some weird rotations going on here. No, I don't know about that. It doesn't look really that good, but this toe just sticking through. Let's get this little curly guy out of there. There, that looks better. Okay, I guess that's good. Because keep in mind, we're gonna have armor and stuff that goes over a lot of it, so you're not really gonna see necessarily all these little details. You know, they might have boots on or something. We just want to get it more or less right. Okay, so guess we're gonna do the same thing for this leg now. So we're gonna collapse it all, pop it back open. Sounds like our music stopped. But we'll give it a second, see if it pops onto another album. Oh, did not. Okay, so we're going to let's go rockapella. Why not? Like this album. A little more distracting than I tend to go with, but been kind of addicted to rockapella lately. Just really good harmonies, and I mean, not one of them have a bad voice, right? So pretty good listening. Okay, so we got pelvis there. Okay, so those are the three that we're gonna want to copy. We're gonna move these up here. One more up. Okay, so we're gonna go. Time, won't you take a little time and on me? Day by day by day. Okay, so now we're gonna want to get rid of these. Get out of here. Whoa, I'm gonna grab these three. Put them in a new group. Mirror on Y. Get that over to the other side. Unwrap it. Now we're gonna want to make sure we go back here and put those back into the slots, because now the reference has been deleted. So left hip, left knee, and a left ankle. Done and done. Alright, so now I guess we could keep these capsules for that shoulder muscle, but we definitely don't want them so buff. Those are some buff clavicles. Another good thing about using the template is it has all the appropriate names there for you already. Like I wouldn't, you know, if I was just thinking it off the top of my head, I wouldn't know this is called a clavicle. I haven't been to anatomy class in quite a long time, so clavicle is not something I use. Not a term I use often. Yeah, so I don't like the capsule for it. So we're gonna grab something a little nicer, a little bit more shape to it. Let's throw a pepper in there. Spice things up. Yeah, that looks a little more appropriate. Okay, so let's okay. There's gotta be a way to just can you believe in me? Won't you take a little time and on me? I guess we're gonna right click, copy scale, right click, paste scale. We're gonna copy the position, paste the position. Now, what? How does this? How does that work out? I mean, okay. I mean, we might as well. We copied everything else. We might as well copy the rotation. Pace rotation. That. Okay, that doesn't look right. How come? We just have to play with it manually, I guess. Yeah. I'm still definitely not happy with that head, but we're gonna... Yeah, we'll have to definitely do something about that head. I guess one good thing about it all being capsules is we can just select them all and switch all the material at the same time. So let's do that. Let's try and find something a little closer to skin material. We could probably use basic material or plastic mat. I find is kind of nice too. I mean, we could do something like that too. Gives it a little bit more texture than a flat material. I guess let's try that, and then we'll fiddle around with the tiling. This is my home. Oh, yeah, it's my home. It is my home. My home. This is my home. Yeah, it's my home. Yeah, it's my home. So, I mean, really it's about patience, right? Because, like, I'm looking at this right now. I'm feeling a bit frustrated because, like, I'm looking at the head. It looks kind of funky. The body proportions, I mean, are alright, but they're not great. We're probably going to want to put some shoulder blades and stuff here, back here. Give a little bit more definition to the back. Yeah, and then I look at these and I'm like, I'm so much happier doing this kind of art than trying to make a human. I'll be honest. But let's face it, if you want to be running around in a world, you can't exactly... I mean, you could be a tank, but you often want human characters, so it's definitely something you want in your repertoire as an artist, and it's definitely good to practice. Even things you don't enjoy doing. Because if you stuck to just what you like, then how are you supposed to progress like that? You're cutting your learning potential off by doing that. Alright, so I mean, a lot of parts kind of look appropriate though. So let's grab this and see if we can't get some back muscles here. We're going to mirror it on the X. I think we're actually going to want this same shape to do it too. Looks kind of weird. Looks a little weird. I mean, we're like almost what it should be, I bet. Maybe something like that. Gotta get up out of bed. I'm gonna switch this. I don't necessarily want it straight like that. What could give us a nicer shape? Let's see if the avocado will look a little bit better. Okay, no, that's the... Alright, so... I feel like these shoulders are still a little bit unnecessarily big. Does that look better? Yeah. I'm gonna copy the scale, paste the scale. And I mean, really when you're building models, you're going to want to be tweaking it a lot. Don't ever feel like, oh, I got the leg done and it's done. Because as you do the rest of the body, you're going to look back and from different angles, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. So don't be afraid to go back and tweak it, and you know, it's part of it. It's not because you're not doing something properly that you're constantly having to tweak it. It's just part of the job. Okay, so we're gonna want, I mean, not necessarily boobs, but kind of like a bit of shape there. If this is gonna be a female character. I mean, we could do spheres, but then that's like really... I mean, where's the line for nudity? I don't know. Are they gonna be like, you can't have a Barbie-looking nudity in our game? I don't know. I mean, if it's a female character, she's gotta have some boobs. Or, I mean, you could have no boobs, but... Oh, my girlfriends. Excuse me. You talking about boobs over there? I am. Well, if your boobs look like avocados. Yeah, I thought so. I mean, I guess that's not... I mean, we just want something there to kind of say that there's a shape there, really. We don't need no perfect 10 plus. Okay, so now I guess the last thing we're gonna want to get to, at least for now, let's do something about this head. This head does not look nice. So, capsule. What are you gonna be, an apple? I think it wants to be an apple. Oh, it totally wants to be an apple. That's what we needed. Okay, so close that. Get that out of here. We're going to close that. Let's just take a quick look. Everything's connected. Yep. So we're going to update the template from that. Then we're going to drag that. Oh. What? Okay, so we gotta go into our project content to do it, I guess. Yes. Yes. Okay, so let's see how this looks. I mean, to be honest, it's probably better than I expected it to come out. I mean, there is kind of some funny movement, eh? It's like the waist is like really really moving around. Interesting. I mean, honestly, it's not bad though. I feel a little bit better about it now. Now that we're running around in it. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good episode for today. So again, we'll just take a quick look in the community content. This is the multiplayer costume example. So if you guys want to, you can always use this model to start building from. But what you're wanting to change is this custom geo context, which you have to go into your templates to do. So keep that in mind, and if you guys have had problems with it in the past, that's why. Because you can't just switch the pieces here, right? So like I explained at the beginning. So yeah, I'll probably tweak this a bit more before I'm completely satisfied with it, and we'll maybe see if we can't put some clothes or equipment on it, and see how all that works. But I think this is a good start. Yeah, and mushroom stock seems to work pretty good for skin texture. I think it looks pretty decent. Maybe better than a flat color, but you could always try plastic matte. I suggest that too for skin. It's a good one. And I'll see you guys probably in the next episode. So I wish you all a great day, and we'll see you next time. Share love out.